After planting 6 of the best out of my sunflowers in the bed over there, I've still got 4 left. I've given 1 or 2 away, including 1 to Lisa, so make sure you look after that because I'm going to be coming down and having a look. So these 4 are going to be dotted around this bed here with the strawberries and the allotment poppies. Planted the 4 sunflowers in here. Surprisingly how hard the ground was. I tried the wood planter first, managed to get a little bit of soil out, but ended up taking the rest out with the trowel. Anyway, each one's got a metal support up, so we'll see how they go. These are some winter brassicas that are sown, 3 varieties of cabbage and 1 cauliflower. All done reasonably well except for the January King 3 for some reason. Anyway, they're well past their date for potting on, so I'm going to try and get those done now. Just take a little peek inside the allotment greenhouse. As you can see, the borders are starting to fill out nicely now. On the right hand side we've got 4 tomatoes. There's 3 Crimson Crush and 1 Sweet Million. And along the back are 3 cucumbers. Those are Mini Munch. And you notice those are in auto pots also. What happened was from another allotment site, there was clearing a plot and those was actually in there. Nobody wanted them, so I quickly offered to take them off their hands. I've actually hooked them up into my existing system here. So that's being fed the whole lot from this reservoir tank. Hopefully that'll keep them in check. So that's the 3 Mini Munch cucumbers. And on this end here we've got another 4 tomatoes, again 3 Crimson Crush and 1 Sweet Million. Those are in a quad grow system from Greenhouse Sensation. And I've already done a little review of that from the setting up completely. The card should fly out in the top left hand corner if you want to take a closer look. So that's the greenhouse as it is. All this space in the front is not going to waste. I've got quite a few peppers, capsicums and chilies, and I'm going to be mixing those up and popping them in these borders, and hopefully they'll be happily and romp away. I must admit to being rather surprised how well the peppers, chilies, capsicums have performed. I did at the start of the season sow quite a lot, but these went a bit leggy, so I more or less left them to their own devices. They've carried on growing, and as you can see from here, produced some nice little fruits on them, so hopefully now get them into the borders and they ain't going to romp away. I'm actually going to break all the rules. I'm not going to plant them at their recommended spacing, but I'm going to pack them in quite tightly. The idea behind this is that I want to create like kind of microclimate for them, and then hopefully they'll romp away. I know the soil in here can sustain volume of plants like this. It is well fertilised, the soil is. So that's the state of play at the moment. I'm going to plant them, not sure what order yet. Obviously the big ones will be at the back, but I'll get cracking and I'll bring you back. Well, we're all done and planted. Along the way I did this little crib sheet with the plant numbers on, and all that was done based on the size of the plant, no logic in planting one against the other, nothing. So that's that done. I'll just take you around one at a time and tell you what we've got planted. So the first one in line is a favourite of mine anyway, number 4, and that's a California Wonder. Next along is a little one there called Bellboy. And there's another California Wonder there, another Bellboy there, and then we have a chili there called Long Slim. Moving into the corner, right at the very back, we have a sweet pepper. That one's called Romano Mix. And then next door to that there is one called Long Red Marconi. Alongside there we have another chili, Long Slim. Another Long Slim there. So both of those have got some flowers on. In the centre here is a number 4, which is another California Wonder. And alongside that, on number 5, it's a sweet pepper, and that's another Romano Mix. Next door to that, we have another California Wonder. Alongside there, we have that's another Long Red Marconi. And tucked away up there is another Romano Mix of sweet pepper. Coming on to this side here, this one's another, it's the chili, the Long Slim. So they do have some decent flowers on those. Tucked in, right in the corner, just a little gap there, was another Long Red Marconi. Down the front here is another California Wonder. Alongside that, another California Wonder. In the middle, that's a Bellboy, that one is. And next door there is a Long Slim chili. This one here is another sweet pepper, a Romano Mix. Next door to that is number 4, another California Wonder. And bringing up the end here again is the Long Red Marconi. The white stuff you can see on there is actually harvest bill from where I've put the mycorrhizal on the roots. But overall, I'm very pleased the way it's looking. There's no more plants to go in now. This is done for the season. And altogether, we managed to get 24 chilies and capsicums in. I've given these a good watering in now to just bed them down. And the plan is, for the rest of the season, I'm just going to feed these purely on the comfrey mix. So we'll see how well they do on that. The tomatoes on both sides and the cucumbers here, they'll be done with their proprietary feed that came with the systems. But say with these, it'll be done purely with our comfrey homemade. I'm just doing my first weeding of the parsnip bed, believe it or not. And they're coming out quite easily because most of them are just surface weeds. Out of the 32 parsnip stations or so, 29 have actually germinated, which is, I think, is brilliant. The 3 remaining, I've just popped another 4 or 5 seeds in each station, give them a watering, and this time of year I'd expect them to be up in just over 2 weeks, as I thought. Well, that didn't take too long. I've actually popped a net over the top now. There's evidence that the foxes are around at night again. There's scrapes and that in the ground. And I think I'd be devastated if you come on here and started digging these up at this stage. So I'm going to leave that on probably for a week or 2. Let them thicken up a bit and then we can remove it together with the collars. Next job I'm going to be looking at is clearing this part of the bed. And this is where the Swedes are going to be going, and if I get any more left over, I'll be putting some leeks in as well. I've just spent the last couple of hours moving these pavers. These were in my back garden, and so these are going to be used for replacing the raised beds on the allotment eventually. They won't be done quite yet, because once I've finished planting out, that's the leeks and the swede, I'll be having a few days, probably a week or so, trying to sort my back garden out. If you watch the channel on a regular basis, you may know the story of these potatoes. This was one I planted, going on 12 months ago now, and the plan was for Christmas. Well, when I moved them in the greenhouse, they just flopped, died down and rotted, and I left them. However, over the winter months and coming to the start of the spring, they started sprouting again, so I left them. So I'm looking at trying to reclaim a bit of space to put stuff out of the garden as we do the clear up and refurb in there. And I've got a big pallet here, which is ideal, but first of all I need to get rid of these potatoes. So I think it's about time now I started to have a look what was inside. Oh, some nice little new potatoes. Not a lot, but more than I expected. Don't get too excited. That's 3 tubs that's come out of, but bear in mind the original tubers have been in there around about a year, 12 months, and I just left them and then I'll come again, so I'm happy. That's a bonus crop for me.